Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And my question of today is, what year did you get into crypto? Let me know in the comment section down below, and if you're enjoying the daily crypto episodes, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. Now, first of all, XRP utility expands in Middle East as SEC v Ripple case intensifies in the United States. So, this article is actually not that important on its own. I mean, Ripple expanding a little bit and XRP's utility also because of all of it is nice. And I guess it does show that even though the SEC is suing Ripple right now, they can still expand, which is definitely quite good. Then again, one little partnership just like that, of course, is not going to change the world, right? We all know it. It's not going to be that big of an effect. But then again, mind you, as I just said, the fact that they're being sued right now by the SEC and Ripple is still expanding, even though so many have said that Ripple has had a halt or Ripple is this, Ripple is that, they're still doing pretty damn good. And I've also already told you guys a couple of times, I firmly think that Ripple has been building quite a lot of XRP use case in the background. Of course, some growth tactics have most likely stagnated a little bit because of this ongoing debacle, but I think Ripple has been building a lot of it or for it in the background, and we'll only see that uncover once they win. And once more, guys, in the end, we do not know if they will win, but I'm hoping they will. I don't have clairvoyance, right? I have no future sight or anything like that. I wish I did. Then again, I'm really excited about the whole process, though. But yeah, I'm hoping they're going to win, and I'm hoping we just get some crypto clarity regardless, huh? It would be really damn fun. So, once more, this just shows something. It doesn't necessarily mean that much on its own. We covered it before, though. Ripple continues to make headway, partnering with the second largest bank in Oman, Bank Dhofar. Then, here's two articles that actually do not say that much. It's basically just that Ripple, Coinbase, and some other exchanges have been moving a ton. This is a couple of days ago, and this is also a couple of days ago. Here is 85 million. Here was, as it just said, 64. We got a couple of other articles talking about 150, yada, yada, yada. All I'm trying to show you guys is these articles don't really matter too much. If there's ever any huge transfer that's important, I will most likely tell you. But as of this point, they're just making articles for the sake of making articles because it's like saying, oh, some Bitcoin was moved. Oh, really? Why? Oh, nobody knows. It's just being moved. So, yeah. Is it really important? Obviously not, right? If it's an important party or we know anything about it, okay. Or if it's such a huge astronomical amount that we have to turn our heads, okay. But as it currently stands, it could be so ridiculously much, it's nothing. I guess Coinbase's transfers are a little bit more interesting because since Coinbase does not offer it as an exchange, it is either custodians or Coinbase preparing for something. And in this specific case here, if Coinbase is moving some out, that's usually not a good thing. Why? If it, for example, goes from Coinbase to Binance, that basically means they're taking it from their custodian wallet, so taking it from their place of which they store it, to a place where you can sell, trade, or do something with it. And that's usually not that nice, right? It's basically an exchange inflow as of this point because Coinbase, I would say, is not really an exchange inflow since it's just custodian. So that's not too good, but the rest of them, it doesn't really matter too much. Even if it's exchange inflows, guys, it matters where it came from. I mean, usually, really often, it's actually going from, for example, Binance to a private wallet, and then from a private wallet back to, let's say, for example, a Bitfinex, pick something. That's usually how it goes. And then it looks like there's a huge exchange inflow, which basically means money coming into the exchange, when in reality, it's usually quite neutral. That's what you see very often in the background. Then Ethereum addresses with more than 0.01 Ethereum hits new all-time high of 15.71 million. Is this interesting? Debatable. I guess one fun fact is that this 0.01 Ethereum just keeps getting more and more expensive. I remember when 0.01 Ethereum was really nothing. Right now, it's a ton of freaking money already. I mean, one Ethereum is, for example, let's say $2,000. So 0.1 is 200. And this is $20 a piece. Right? That used to be freaking 20 cents. Used to be nothing. Right now it's $20 for a little 0.01 Ethereum. And that's going to keep going up as well as time moves on, guys. It's already really crazy to me how expensive Ethereum is. It's really funny, though, to see that journey. And I guess this might refer to normal holders, maybe something like that. I'm not exactly sure what you fetch from this or what you're going to do with that information. Then again, it's pretty trending. This article is read by a lot of people. So I guess, yeah, maybe that's what we can fetch from it. There's just a lot of people holding that stuff. And the smaller wallets are basically showing maybe just a small fish getting into crypto with $20 wallets, maybe something like that. Then don't be fooled by the FUD factor. All I want to say about this one is, guys, I personally am still holding crypto. I don't let FUD ever get to my head. I will always look at it and kind of phi, whatever they've said. For example, if I think it's fair what they've said, I will always take it in, right? And one thing, for example, that I was watching earlier was this little video from Andre Jick. It is basically about avoid this crypto, talking about XRP. He first of all explains XRP quite properly, and Ripple quite properly, then goes into explaining the lawsuit, and then goes into explaining why you should probably stay away because it's a security kind of, or more so towards one. And he basically, for example, states that XRP is centralized and so forth and so on, just the usual negative stuff. And of course, he uses the UNL as a little example, saying that Ripple picks the UNL. Here's on the xpl.org. No, the XP Ledger network is opt-in. Each participant directly or indirectly chooses its UNL. There's just a standard UNL chosen by Ripple, its unique note list. Check it out for yourself. If you don't know how that works, make sure you check it out a little bit for yourself. Each server in the XP Ledger has its own UNL, unique note list, a list of validators it trusts not to collude, and each server independently decides when a ledger version is validated based on the consensus when enough of its trusted validators agree on a new ledger version. So that's, I guess, all you have to know for right now. That's one of the basic points which most people use for claiming it's centralized. I keep debating, but again, is any one decision correct? No, I would personally say it's decentralized, mostly on the basis that, well, Ripple cannot make a decision on its own. Ripple only owns a small percent of the nodes, and yeah, you might consider the UNL, which Ripple has a standard for, as a centralized decision making or something like that. But if Ripple wants to propose some changes, they can't do it themselves. That's basically what it's about, right? Can Ripple make a change themselves if they want to? No. Well, bada boom, bada bing, right? That's the answer that you need. Has Ripple got a little bit more than they claim? Yes, because even though they themselves might have, for example, 7%, some of the companies that they own have a percentage in that too, and they don't count that. So Ripple might, for example, have, let's say, 20% of control. I'm not exactly sure what they have. Then again, you need 80% control to actually get a change done in XRP. So, I mean, yeah. Then what Biden's $6 trillion budget could do to the struggling Bitcoin market. Well, at first, it would be really, really, really bearish. Why? Because people usually do it that way. Whenever there's something really crazy in the markets happening, people just go bananas on Bitcoin even as well, on crypto. They sell it all. Why? Because they want to have money now to make sure that they, they just have some. It's kind of a strange economical thing. You would think people would like to hedge, right, and go for crypto, but no. They like to go for cash or just assets which they know are going to be, I guess, liquid or just easy to grab or access. Specifically, if there's huge stimulus or influxes of money, logically they should get out of the dollar because of huge inflation. But no, a lot of people actually get their dollars as quickly as possible, then spend it, for example, or do some stuff with that instead of, saving more, which is logical. You shouldn't save if there's huge inflation coming, but also investing in a hedge like Bitcoin should be one of the decisions. However, a lot of people don't like to go for that type of stuff. And that's, again, what's kind of happening right now. I think a lot of people are kind of scared just of the economy, scared just of the way that things are going, and they haven't really realized that crypto is a good solution to it. Then again, crypto is also not this perfect hedge just quite yet. I mean, if we were to follow by the basis of inflation, crypto should have gone up way more. If we're talking in terms of stimulus, crypto should have gone up way more. And since it didn't, it does make you wonder exactly what the situation is, doing or why exactly this is all happening. Is that $6 trillion good for Bitcoin? Yes, very much so, from the fundamental perspective. However, the way that people react to it is not always the same as how good it actually should be. The same way that XRP, for example, is made for the banks, also something he said in that video. Is it really true, though? It depends on how you see it. I mean, XRP is made for banks' transfers or bridging currency. Yeah. Does that mean that only banks can benefit from it? No. And should the price go up, for example, of XRP, if the banking system does good? Debatable. Because from one perspective, you might say, well, yeah, the price should go up if the banking system does good because XRP will bridge that, and so yada, yada, bing, bada, boom. On the different sense, you might say, well, XRP is there to kind of, work with the banks, but since it's a new technology and, the banks, I guess, if the banks do bad, they will more so need this technology because it will make things cheaper, more efficient, more transparent, yada, yada, yada. You might say, well, if the banks do bad, then this is more needed, so it does better. It's such a two-sided thing. And then, of course, the third one is that it's crypto. And since it's a cryptocurrency, it should always do better when the traditional system fails because XRP on its own can already build an entire ecosystem. DeFi's, for example, also come in. So you don't need banks anymore. And if you kind of, think about the circle like that, there's so many choices or so many, I guess, things which could happen logically, but very often the exact opposite happens, which in some way, shape, or form, you can also find a logical explanation for. So If you're trying to time the market or trying to buy or sell following this type of news, it's really difficult, or fundamentals. It's really, really difficult right now, specifically when people are in such fear, so they act more irrationally too. Then CZ just also explained quickly that crypto is growing, though it is. Right now, CoinMarketCap, which is owned by Binance, is getting a lot more attention, actually like 100% more attention than freaking Bloomberg.com, and that to me is really interesting. The average visit duration is 7 minutes. I'm assuming this is minutes, right? Could also be seconds. Not exactly sure about that. But what I was kind of amazed by is the fact that people visit, maybe it's no, it should be 7 seconds, right? This should be minutes. This should be milliseconds. Yeah, you can't have an average duration of, no, it should be seconds. I'm not sure about that. I mean, I can find some logic in both. I mean, if you're going to visit CoinMarketCap, I usually just check and then gone. What you going to do for 7 minutes? I'm not sure about that one. What would you do for 7 minutes of CoinMarketCap? Just stare and wait. Maybe just check different, yeah, whatever. Let me know what you think. 7 seconds or 7 minutes? Both make sense. 7 seconds is just you open CoinMarketCap and you're gone. And since the average visit duration, it should be pretty low. Then in a different sense, only 3 seconds for Bloomberg is fair. I guess it might really be minutes though. 7 minutes for CoinMarketCap. That's pretty long. What are you going to do there? Ripple is looking for a business developer leader to work with central banks around the world with an initial focus on supporting their CBDC initiatives. Hey, this is pretty damn cool. So Ripple once more is expanding. We already know it though. And I keep kind of referring back to my earlier question. What do these big guys know? Or what do the employees that go work there know about Ripple or Ripple's works that we don't? Because I keep telling you, they're being sued by the SEC right now for a large portion of what they're doing. And you might say, Dusty, but it's actually XRP that is the problem. They can drop XRP. They can still have their Ripple solutions up and running. Yes and no. I mean, if you get sued by the SEC as a company, that's a bad deal. People don't really like that. Specifically, employees don't want to work for somebody who's just been sort of accused for fraud or for security, mistakes, how we call it, like a scam. I'm not exactly sure what you want to call it. So, I mean, logically, you're not going to work for them then or look for a job there. Why do they keep hiring? And why do they keep hiring these such high individuals or high ranked status people? I'm not sure exactly how to do it. Is it really, for example, Rosa Rios, that she knows there's something going on, that it's good, or how does it work? How does it work? Did they just not care about the lawsuit? How? I keep asking that question, and nobody has an answer logically because we don't know. But how does Ripple do it? How do they have such high-ranking individuals while being sued by the SEC and still moving on like there's no freaking tomorrow? They're hiring like crazy, even regarding XRP and everything. They're hiring like crazy. They're expanding like crazy. I mean, what is going on in the background, guys? I'm so wondering about it. I also wonder how many partnerships they have. I would really wish for another update on Ripple's side to just quickly explain what exactly is going on. But I guess we will see that again in the next quarter update. I'd like to get it sooner though, because it's a crazy period, right? It's crazy how it's going, but all right, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe, and I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video. Make sure you check out Bybit. A link is down below. There's $2,600 worth of bonuses, and there's also 25 XRP. There's only one more day of this huge bonus, so go check it out. Link is down below, and take care, everybody.